Good morning, fellow YouTubers. It's 12:10 p.m. on a Sunday, and it's the 1st of February 2026, and I've just decided I'm going to go down to the Marsden Beach and have a walk along the beach, because I've never done a coastal walk for donkeys, and I want to go down and see what's been going on with the Grotto pub. The steps, they had closed them off and shut the pub down because it wasn't the council didn't deem it safe for customers down in the Grotto pub down below on the beach. As a safety factor, they shut them down. So basically I'm going to go down, park down in the car parks above the Grotto and walk down the other set of on the steps on the far side of the beach and just check it out from the bottom end, walk along the Grotto, then come back along. So I'm just going to do the usual. I've set up my camera there ready to do a short time lapse from Marsden area, and then where I'm going to try and me cap out this time and put my camera on and use it on the peak of my cap and record in 1080p with my GoPro 13 and just see how that turns out. Right, so without further ado, I'll set up from the house and start going down towards Marsden Beach, which is approximately 5 to 7 minutes down to the car park. So bye for now. Okay, I've reached my destination, the car park above the Marsden Beach, between the Grotto and Redwell Lane steps. And obviously you can see the cars going along the coast road over there. So when I get out the car, I'm going to be walking right along over there towards the Grotto pub first and video the Grotto area and see if there's any warning signs about steps and stuff like that, and see if the steps down at the beach are still closed off to the public. And if so, I've got to come back along here and go down the concrete steps, down to the new wooden steps that they put down at the bottom, which takes you down actually onto the beach. But I'm looking forward to it because, like I say, I haven't walked along the coast for a long time. And if you look over there, just beyond that notice board at the barriers, you'll see the South Shields famous Marsden rock, with all the different kind of seabirds nest on the top of the rock, like guillemots and shags and cormorants and every kind of seagull you can think of. Right, and obviously, as you can see, it's a popular place for people to come and take the kids along and walk the dogs. And for me, the car parking's free because I've got my disabled badge, and I've come down to the bottom end here where there's 3 disabled bays, and I've parked in the middle one. And like I say, I'm going to walk along there now to the top of the Grotto pub where you can get the lift down to the pub. But I never do. I tend to use the stairs if you can use the stairs. But like I say, if I can't use the stairs along there, I'll just have to come right back along past the car and go down there to where the ice cream vendor is, turn right and then just drop down the ramp, and that'll take us down to the beach where, if you look over there, you can see Camel's Island. Called Camel's Island because obviously the hump in the middle of it makes it look like a camel's back, so hence Camel's Island. And like I say, this is Marsden area, so I'm going to be going down onto Marsden Beach, a walk along the beach area, back along towards the famous Marsden Rock over there and the Grotto pub. And if you look in the background there, beyond the pub, you can see the lighthouse, Suter Lighthouse. That's S-O-U-T-E-R, Suter Lighthouse at Whitburn. Right, so bye for now. Right, I've put my cap on, I've pressed record on my GoPro 13, which is set it to record at 1080p. So obviously with this Creedrest battery I should get 2 hours, so that'll be enough for to do the walk that I'm going to be doing. Right, so I've set up my time lapse pointing towards the coast there, so that's going to pick up any people walking past, birds flying across, etc, etc. I've put my disabled badge on the windscreen ready, and I'll turn it off now. So it's 12:22 p.m. on the 1st of February, Sunday 2026. So I'll bring you back further along the line. Bye for now. Right, so I hope my camera's pointing in the right direction, because when I had to brake quick, my cap went flying over the bloody seat and landed on the deck, so I've just had to put the slider back onto the peak. Right, I'll point it slightly down a bit. That should do. So I've got the sky and the ground. Right, so I'll lock up the car, lock, and start walking towards the Grotto pub first. It feels strange because I haven't got the dog again, because normally straight away I'm reaching for the dog and having him on a leader. Right, so I'm just sort of like, this is my second practice recording with my GoPro 13 and my clip that clips onto the peak of my cap. So it's handy, I suppose, when it's raining, you've got the cap on your head to protect you from the rain. Right, so for me to get down here, I just drove straight down the main road, Prince Edward Road, and then dropped down the bank here at it's called Redwell Lane, and you come at the little roundabout. I've turned around the roundabout and I've come along to here where the yellow metal gates are, and I've just turned into this car park, and it's free for me because obviously I've got my disabled badge and I've just parked in the disabled bay. At last, a dry day.
Oh, I know, that's why I thought I'd get myself out.
Exactly. Hope you enjoy your day. Right, so there's your famous Marsden rock. It's a bit misty at the minute, like, so it's not very clear, but you can see lots of birds scattered around the top of it with a nest. Right, so this car park's quite long, and it's got the longer bays at the top for coaches, for when holiday makers come in the summer and you come down, and they're coming down in coaches, so they go right at the top up there, look, and then they're closest to go down the lift at the Grotto pub to go down the beach. I mean, so basically it's handy if you can just go down on the lift, because it saves your little legs. So there, you disabled badge holders, no charge on the notice board there. Otherwise it's $1.20 an hour or £6 all day. Big scam. Skiing, but not on snow, sorry. Skiing on the pavements. Right, so I can come up this end as well and park in the disabled bays up here as well and point me camera out the windscreen. I could have parked up here and pointed my camera over to the Marsden Rock there, where you get most of the birds flying backwards and forwards. But they've got all these blue signs here. Have you paid and displayed? We want your money. Pay money, pay money, pay money, pay money. Right, the last time I recorded with my cap on, it felt like it was like moving up and down because the band, the Velcro fitting on the back wasn't really tight, and it felt like the camera was top heavy on my head. But I've tightened the band and I've put the cap back on, and it feels a lot better, more secure. So therefore it's not like bobbing up and down as much as it was when I first tried it around the corner from where I live. But it's nice to see little bits of blue sky there beyond the clouds, and the sun is actually there. Remember that, what that is, people? It's the sun that you don't see much these days. Right, so obviously it's been in the Gazette, South Shields Gazette, a lot lately about the pub and having to shut it down because of the steps being unstable and unsteady and unsafe, so they stop the public using the stairs to go down or coming up. And because people use the pub and go down in the lift, it's a fire hazard, so basically it gives the council, you know, rights to come in and say, right, shut it down. But the grotto story is a one of like closing, open, closed, open, closed, open a lot, and then eventually people took it over, put a bit of money into it, done it up, and then they've just had now but bad luck since they took it over, where the stairs is now closed, like I say. So but I can hear the roaring of the waves crashing in on the beach. Unfortunately, these cliffs have got a bad reputation for people coming that want to commit suicide. So you always see bunches of flowers posted at the posts. It's certain areas along the coastline here. I mean, I remember a couple of years ago where I parked the car, the ramp that you take the stairs down, a car had actually come over the grass and just crashed into the stairs. Somebody was going to commit suicide and ended up crashing the car down into the stairs. So it's got a sad history, the Marsden Beach coastline here. But what I would normally do in the past is where the car's parked, go down the steps onto the beach and then walk along the beach and come up the steps at this end at the Marsden Grotto pub here. And by the time you've come up the stairs, you're needing an oxygen tent. They're closed off. Look, straight away I can see the plastic barrier here. But here's the very, very, very famous Marsden Rock that everybody that's from South Shields, past and present, understand and know all about it and recognise it. So you can actually come and park in the grotto car park here as well, but you've got your pay machines here. So that's why I park down there and use my disabled base so I don't have to pay. But I'll go into the car park, past the pub, and I'll just point my camera directly towards the Marsden Rock there. Right, so there you go, shut down, closed, barriered off. So that means I've got to go down the stairs on the far side, walk along the beach down there, past the Lot's wife and then what they call the Needle, and then go back along the beach and come back up the same way to go back to the car. So there's even bunches of flowers over this wall here for where people have jumped over and dropped down the cliff, killed themselves. So there's your lift shaft that goes all the way down to the beach, into the grotto restaurant area. Right, I've only brought the one battery today as well, so basically because I'm recording in 1080p, like I say, out these brand new the green batteries, Cree Best, you get the 2500 milliampere hours, so you get a good 2 hours recording at 1080p from your camera. So I should only need one battery, the one I've got in the camera, because that's fully charged up to 100%. Right, so that's a quick look down on the beach, just to show you where I'm going to be coming along to when I go back down past the car. So there's your lift when you go down. It's for customers only, like that's going to be going down and getting a drink in the pub, or like going to the restaurant down below. But have you seen how much they're charging for the car park here? And they're trying to get everybody to have the apps on their phone, look, to scan everything and use the satanic barcodes, the new system. So have you noticed that, you know, put this app on your phone, put this app on your phone, put this app on your phone. It's so that you have your phone on you 24/7, 8 days a week, constantly, so you can be monitored, You can turn your phone on, listen to your conversations. Now if you look carefully at the Marsden Rock, you can see that 3 to 4 foot groove cut out into the stone, because years ago there were steps that led up and went up onto the top of Marsden Rock, where you had musicians used to go up there and sit in their chairs in a circle and play musical instruments to entertain people going up there. The globalist elites type thing, money people, that's what it was for. And here you've got the remnants, and there used to be a winch here to take barrels of beer down to the bottom to drop them down to the pub, instead of having to, I mean, you couldn't carry them down the stairs because they're that heavy. So there was an old-fashioned winch just here, where you see these concrete bases here. I mean, obviously we're born and bred in South Shields. I know a lot of history to do with South Shields, and I've got millions and millions of old photographs, like dating back from the 1700s to today, like what I've taken myself and what I've accumulated from the past, finding them online. And this is where I normally bring the dog to get a drink if he's, you know, because obviously they can't drink the salt water. So if it's a hot day, you can bring the dog here and let him plodge through this water and get a drink. Right, so when you come to this lamppost here, then you've got a bit of a gap in the cliff here, so you can get a good bird's eye view. Pardon the pun, bird's eye. Bird's eye view of the birds are getting a drink. They're getting little bits of bread and they dip it in the water to make it softer, and then eat it straight away, like little hard biscuits or something. But if you look down the bottom where the little archways are on the bottom of the rock, that you can see where the water comes forced through the underneath. And the same as the caves at the front, look. Loads of people wait until low tide and start going in there and walk across over the pools that are being building up underneath the rock. And like I say, there's Suter Lighthouse straight ahead at Whitburn. And on the right hand side you can see the side wall of the lime kilns that's been there for years as well. They're famous, and hopefully they'll never get knocked down because they're part of history. Right, so that's looking across the bay now, Marsden Bay, right across, and it goes around in a half circle, and eventually it takes it over to Camel's Island. And if you look beyond that, over the far side past South Shields Beach, you can see the lighthouse. And if you look slightly left across the river, you can see North Shields as well over there, and Tynemouth Priory on the end of North Shields. So this is South Shields, and over the river is North Shields. Right, so let's walk along the car park again and go down on the beach. That's what I'm looking forward to. Walking along the sand and listening to the crashing waves coming in. So it's nice that we're getting a bit of sun and there's no bloody rain for a change. And obviously you've got your toilet blocks just here as well.
It's only £3 for 4 hours.
Instead of paying that, mate, why didn't you just take your car to that car park there, walk along 100 yards? It'll be half the price.
Aye.
That's where I've got my car parked, at the far side of it.
Right.
But that's ridiculous, that price is there.
I know. Have you seen the state of the car park?
I know. If you're not stopping that long, I would just go there and walk along here.
Just.
Big scam. 3 to 4 £4. Sod that. And so you can see the people down below walking on That's the only problem with Marsden Beach. It's a lot of stones, so when it's low tide and the water's gone right back, it's just all sand after that, so it's not as bad, so you can enjoy your plodge and walk along on soft sand instead of pebbles. The only good thing about it is when you come out of the water and you want to clean the sand off between your toes, now you can sit on the rocks or the pebbles and dry your feet off and get rid of all the sand easily. Right now, when I'm walking up and down, because I walk with a limp with having a stroke, my head's bobbing up and down, but these image stabilizers like EIS on these cameras are really good this day and age, so they counteract any movement and stabilize it, so it keeps it level so when you watch it back, it's not hurting your eyes watching all the movement when you're playing it back on your computer or your TV. It is dangerous to cross the barrier, and these red squares with the numbers on, or if you have to make a phone call to the Coast Guard to save somebody, you tell them what number plaque you're at and they know exactly which part of the beach or Marsden you're at, so they can come and get the rescue quickly. I'm always concerned when I see people walking right next to the edge of the cliff with dogs. I would never ever walk along and let Bear off, because he's so daft and he goes to explore. One wrong move and boof, he's dead, gone. So if I was here with Bear, I would have him on the leader right until I got down on the bottom beach, not up here. Even I wouldn't let him off over here on the grassed area either, because they can just easily run over. I'm always concerned about when I've got Bear. His safety is my priority. Right, so if you look over there, you can see my car parked, pointing out towards the beach. I mean, when you've got your cap on, you've got the camera on the front, it looks just big and sticking out, and sometimes people feel like a right prat if you've got a camera like on top of your head. But when you're just recording what you're doing, your journey, for to share on your YouTube channel, it doesn't bother me. Right, so what I would normally do, we have parked the car, there's like a ramp takes you down onto the path that takes you down the stairs. So I'll go towards my car and I'll just go behind it and start dropping down the concrete ramp down towards the steps where you go down at the bottom. I wasn't going to come out, but obviously when I seen how the weather's changing for the better and the sun's come out, and it's only 7 minutes drive for me to come down here, if that, 5-6 minutes, 7 minutes maximum. I thought, right, I haven't been down the beach for a long time, and we'll just go and check out what's going on with the grotto, which I've just done, and the steps, because these stairs were closed down for a long time. It took ages for the council to pull their finger out and come and repair them and put new wooden steps at the bottom, so you can go around in a zigzag to get down onto the beach itself safely, using the wooden steps with the banisters. Much better and easier. Right, so as you can see, you're on a busy road here, the coast road, that's coming along from Sunderland, Whitburn, Marsden.